Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021. It is Rupel, boom or bust, and we are doing really well. We've got 2 games to play before the winter break, which lasts about 2, maybe 3 weeks at the end of December, start of January. We're third. We are still doing really well. We are still losing games, but we are winning quite regularly as well. We started off in between episodes with a 2-1 defeat against Antwerp. Dahuhulu getting a goal for us. Against Sint-Truidense, we win 2-0. La Rosa and Perez with the goals. KV Mechelen, we win 3-2. A late Joe Pigott goal getting us the 3 points in this one. Against Cercle Bruges in the Croquet Cup 7th round, a nice 1-0 victory here with Perez on the score sheet. Mohamed Faye scores the only goal of the game against Ghent to give us 3 very valuable points here. And then we lose 4-3 against Genk thanks to a Lois Openda hat-trick. His final goal coming in the 82nd minute to give them the 4-3 victory. We put up a hell of a fight. And then we beat Standard Liège 2-1 in the Croquet Cup quarter-final. Elamar La Rosa and Mohamed Faye with the goals in this one. It means we are in a Croquet Cup semi-final, which is probably going to be next episode because it takes place in January. But we are also 3rd place in the table and we are doing pretty well. Yes, there's still kind of a lot that could go wrong, but if we can finish in the top 4, that means we go into the top sort of... It's weird. I keep saying this. It's weird. So you've got the European places playoff, which if we finish in the top 4, we won't be in that one. We will be in this one, which means we have a chance to obviously win the league, finish 2nd, which gets us to Champions League qualifying rounds, Europa League, or we get a Europa Conference League, which is the Europa League 2 thing. Possibly. I think that's what happens. We do then have to play this final against the winner of that group. It's weird. We've got a long way to go. We could fall all the way down the table. Today, 2 matches. KVK will be up first. Westerlo will be up second. Hopefully that's 2 victories, although both matches are away from home, and that seems to be where we drop points. Before we get to it though, let's talk a bit about money, because everybody likes to talk about money, don't they? You'll spot on the right-hand side. Ignore the minus £4.2 million in debt. We know we're still going down. You'll spot on the right-hand side our wage budget. We're now over it, because the board decided you're spending too much money on wages and dropped the wage budget. Which means we're now back over the wage budget, even though we were actually under the wage budget by about 5 or 6 grand, something like that. And now we're well over it again. We are struggling. We need this new stadium, because once we get the new stadium built in a year and a half's time, we should be getting 15,000 people in to watch every single match. Or maybe we just need European football. That might be the solution. Right then, match number 1 away from home against KVK. We are going for a couple of sort of, not experiments, but a couple of not usual starters, basically. Andre will be in goal. A back four of Weidner, CO, Howes and Oddy will be the back four. I've realised his name is Oddy, not Adoy. Adoy will be O-D-O-I. It's Oddy. The weird thing about the back four is Alan Howes is playing. Alan Howes hasn't played for us for quite a while, so we're going to give him a start today, partially because the Reading manager shouted at me because I wasn't playing him enough. So we're going to give him a chance. It's going to be Zazua and Yarmolenko as the 2 midfielders. Andrezinho is going to be a right winger today. We've signed him on a permanent deal. He's already came off the bench once in a game. We're going to have Polizzi on the left-hand side. It's going to be Mohamed Faye and Joe Pigott up front. Andrezinho isn't a winger, so this is a bit of an experiment. I don't know whether he's even got the pace to be a winger, but we're going to try it. He's only 18 years old. He's only just turned 18 as well. There's definitely, obviously, a good footballer underneath this, so hopefully, maybe he's a winger. I was trying him as a striker, but I think a winger might be better for him. So before we played this match, it literally just popped up on the screen saying that Andrezinho is unhappy to be playing out of position. Well, buddy, tough. You're playing as a right winger. It was either you or Yarmolenko. So, and I prefer playing you over a player who should be able to play as a right winger. Are we going to get something from this, or is this going to go KVK's way? It's gone KVK's way. Yanni Vanden Bosch, with a very long distance effort, puts them 1-0 up. That's not what we wanted at the start of this game. Can we get straight back into it? Oddy to Yarmolenko. The old man from Ukraine, what's he going to do? Can he get a cross away? Should be good enough. He does cross it in. Joe Pigott is there. And Joe Pigott, the Englishman, with a bit of an emphatic volley there from about a yard out, puts it in the back of the net. It's 3rd of the season. It's 1-1. Completely ignored the fact that we don't have Dahuhulu playing for us today, and that's because he's currently injured. So that's why Pigott is playing for us. Polizzi's not going to win that header. Zazua's going to collect this to Yarmolenko. Facing the wrong way. Is he good enough to get it off to that left-hand side? Oddy heads the ball forward. Joe Pigott's there. Headed effort from Pigott. Goes over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. what a weird highlight that was. We do need to consider bringing Zazua off maybe at half-time because of all the players in our team, he is one of the most unfit. And it's a bit harsh to say he's unfit. He's not as fit as other players. Polizzi once again loses out. Seo now, the South Korean with the ball, plays it forward. Polizzi, where is he going to go? Slots it through. Mohamed Faye takes a touch, takes a few touches, and the Spaniard's effort goes just wide of the far post. That was a great opportunity to score a goal there. Half-time then, 1-1 away from home. Not the most exciting game of football. We've had a few chances. Each they've had 6, we've had 5. I'd say we've had the better chances. Faye probably should have scored that goal. Let's go. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with your performance. Andrezinho's on a 6-4, but that is because he's obviously a right and left winger. That's kind of how this formation works. They do switch over. Faye has this ball. Is it Faye or Faye? I'm calling him both. I've decided I'm going to go for both. Faye has this ball, runs towards goal, long-range-ish, effort, hits it wide once again. Faye needs to start scoring some goals. He scores lots of goals, but he scores them in very quick succession. So he'll score like 3 in a game and then won't score for about a month. Right, we've got a highlight just starting, but we're going to do this Zazua substitution. We're going to bring on Bram Depor because Bram Depor is a youngster. This is Bram, by the way. I want him to get better. He's still only 19 years old. Came through our youth intake in the first season, I think. So Bram is not a terrible player to come through our youth intake. We've also got a struggling Weidner as well. So we're going to bring on Bernard Gerard as well for Weidner. Is this going to be an actual highlight? Oddi's throw to Joe Pigott, chests it down, back to Yarmolenko. Is he going to get a crossaway? Can't. He's been tackled. Finds Oddi instead. Can the Italian cross it in? No, he can't. Yarmolenko back to Oddi. Oddi crosses it. Faye goes for a header and he wasn't anywhere near the ball. Zazua isn't fast enough to get on the end of this. Van Dam's collected it for KVK. He's gone past absolutely everybody. Van Dam goes for goal. Hits the outside netting. We got a bit lucky with that one. Right, I think the final change we're going to do will be Andrezinho coming off. He's not having the best of games. He's on a 6.3. Polizzi wins a header for once, but heads it straight to a KVK shirt. And Guay's in on goal. Andre can save that one just about. It's going to be a corner for KVK. I'm thinking this one's a draw. I'm thinking we're getting a draw out of this one. Corner comes in. Gay's at the front post, and it's managed to find its way in. Habib Guay with the goal. We've still got 20 minutes left to play, so there is a chance that we can still get back into this. But this isn't how we've been playing. We've been playing really well lately. We've just kind of ballsed this up a little bit. Right, let's do Andrezinho off. Jamal Abu will be coming on. Or do we... No, I was going to... Or do we stick Yarmolenko on the wing? He can't play on the wing. We've worked this one out. That's the worst timing that could possibly happen. Literally, as I do my final sub, you then get injured. What do we do? The answer is nothing. That's what we do. We just don't play with a left back. We are going to lose this game, aren't we? Look at that space with no fullbacks there. Desart plays it forward. Van der Bruggen back to Desart once again. Van Dam's there at the back post. It's going to be 3. It is 3. This has not been a good performance. This has not been a good performance at all. Howells has picked up an injury. Obviously, Adoy's gone off injured as well. Or Oddi has gone off injured as well. It's a poor result. It's a poor performance. We've deserved nothing from this. KVK have actually been the better side. It's very rare that we play somebody who plays better than us. Polizzi's corner comes in. Seo is there. He's got one back, his second of the season, but we are 95 minutes in from 95, so it's probably going to end 3-2. It does end 3-2. Well, it looks, on paper, the scoreline is better than what the match was, wasn't it? We were dominated for the most part. Injuries galore for Oddi and obviously Howells. Not a good result. We've still got one more game to play before the winter break, but this technically is the halfway point of the season. So 17 games have been played. What is Howells' injury? 1 to 2 days. You're fine. Oddi, 1 to 2 days. You did not need to leave the pitch for 1 to 2 days because of a bruised rib. You didn't need to go off. You didn't. You just didn't need to do it. Polizzi's got 10 assists though, or 9 assists so far. We have dropped down to 4th place in the table, but we are obviously still up there. If we can finish in that top 4, that is the goal, isn't it? That is where we need to be finishing. Next up then is going to be Westerlo or Westerlo, I don't know. Those team down there in 15th place. That's good English. They got promoted last season. We should be able to beat them. It is in about 3 days' time, so we need to give lots of players a rest. And by lots of players, I mean pretty much all of you. Actually, you know what, everyone can have a rest, but unless obviously you're not at the club. I don't care if you're not at the club. Right, you all need to take just one day. That's all you get. You get a day off. We'll be back, I think, technically Boxing Day, because it's the 23rd of December. So I'll see you in just a sec. The starting lineup then for the KVC Westerlo game. It is going to be Andre in goal. Weidner, CO, Keita and Galore will be our back for today. Galore comes in for Oddy, who is currently kind of injured, but not really injured. Keita comes in for Alan Howells, who also is kind of injured, but not really injured. It's going to be La Rosa and Yarmolenko in the middle of the pitch today. Zazua drops to the bench because he's played a hell of a lot of football, and I want to basically give La Rosa some games alongside Yarmolenko to see how well those two work together. Polizzi and Al Hilali will be the wingers. Faye and Piggott will be the strikers. Al Hilali has been out injured. He's returned on the bench. We do have Piedra, we have Gerard, we have Thomas, we have Abu, Silas Naka is there, Bram Depor, and Pacoma Zazua is also there. We are very close to having Big OD, Olivier Dahuahulu, back, but he's still out for 5 more days, so he'll be returning in the new year when the January transfer window opens. Let's hopefully beat KVC Westerlo, who I think we might have drew with on the opening game of the season. You'd think I'd probably know who we've beaten and who we've lost to and who we've drawn against, but I have no idea. I can't remember these things. It's an early highlight, just a minute on the clock. La Rosa heads it forward, finds Luca Polizzi, one of the few Belgian players we have, tries to slot it through to Faye but can't manage to find him. Now Westerlo can come forward with this. Falenius, good name, I like it. Laurent, he's going to run forward with the ball off to that right hand side to Petrov, into the middle to Falenius. It's 1-0. We seem to concede early goals at the moment. That's a bit of a worry. Why do I get the feeling that this is going to be one of those episodes where we haven't been bad, but we're going to get absolutely nothing out of it? Petrov's in on goal, it's 2-0. 10 minutes or 11 minutes played, we are 2-0 down against newly promoted Westerlo, and we are doing nothing, are we? We are absolutely doing nothing. I'm going to give them a shout. I'm going to berate them because we've been bad. 15.5 minutes now played, and the yellow of Westerlo coming forward once again. This time we've got the ball with CO. Now La Rosa in the middle of the pitch. Dinks it forward to Joe Piggott. The big Englishman can find nobody. What a shocking pass that was. And they've gone route one. CO's collected this. Still only 16 minutes played. CO's going to run it. Where's he going to go? Forward to the Brazilian La Rosa. Polizzi's off to his right. He's gone to his left instead. Actually, that's where Polizzi was, on the left. Lawrence got this now for Westerlo. Is it going to be 3? Is it going to be 3-0? Petrov's got this. He's got Galore in front of him. Can Petrov get this cross away, or can Galore steal it? It's a wonderful save. It's not a save. It came off the post. It looked like a great save. We're doing pretty bad right now. Piggott's got this ball for us. We're just 20 minutes in. Still plenty of time to get into this. Yarmolenko invites the Italian Galore forward. Is he going to cross or go back to Andre Yarmolenko? Crosses it in. Polizzi's there, hits the defender. Going to be a corner. This is the time. This is where we get an equaliser. I'm hoping this goes on to the South Korean CO's head. Polizzi's going to take this right-footed. It's to nobody. That was a strange corner. Polizzi keeps this alive. Forward to Galore, edge of the penalty area, who now loses out. And the ball is upfield. Have we just berated the team? It's just come up saying berate there, but I think we did it a while ago. 5 more minutes have passed. And we've got another highlight. A lot is happening in this game, but most of it seems to be for Westerlo. They're coming forward with it down the left-hand side. Kamara to Laurent. He's gone all the way across to Petrov on the right-hand side. Petrov's been a bit of a thorn in our side, I'd say. Keita gets it forward, though, for us. Polizzi, he's going to take his time. Finds Joe Piggott. He hasn't got a lot of pace, but Mohamed Faye does. Faye's got no real support. Back to Luca Polizzi. We need to get some strikers in the middle. Joe Piggott is there. Faye needs this. Faye gets this. Faye doesn't get the shot away. CO has it. Back to Keita. What is coming from this highlight? I feel like there's a goal. I can sense it. I can sense a goal happening. Keita goes forward. Galore on that left-hand side. Lots of blue. Polizzi's one of them. Polizzi's effort is saved. Al Hilali controls it and keeps this alive. His cross in doesn't find a blue shirt. And that is probably going to end the highlight, maybe. CO's got this. Weidner. Something's happening. There's a goal here. I can feel it. Al Hilali to Weidner again. Slots it through to Faye. Rolls it forward. It's a wonderful save from the goalkeeper. It's going to be a corner. How have we not scored from that chance? How are we still 2-0 down? Polizzi's corner, number 96. CO's there, doesn't get on the end of it. Polizzi's not going to get on the end either. And that will end the highlight. Their goalkeeper is on a 7.4 rating. He's on a 7.4 rating. This is why we're losing 2-0. I mean, defensively we're pretty garbage, but the fact that their keeper's on a 7.4 means that we're getting good chances, but their keeper is playing an absolute blinder at the moment. CO nicks it away. La Rosa but kicks it straight back at the Westerlo players. Durkin collects this. Rema. What is going on? Joe Piggott's nicked this. Hold on. Joey Piggott needs some support. Mohamed Faye needs to get forward. Piggott's gone for goal himself. It's not a bad effort from Piggott, but it hasn't gone in. It is still 2-0 to Westerlo. We've had 10 shots, 11 now, 7 of them on target, no goals to our name. Yarmolenko to La Rosa. Tries to find Yarmolenko, can't manage it. La Rosa's going to collect this back once again though. Is he going to go to the right-hand side? Al-Hilali, not seen a lot of him at the moment. Invites Weidner forward, 2 in the middle. Back to Mohamed Faye, rolls the ball forward. And Mohamed Faye has blasted that one into the back of the net. It's 2-1, his 13th goal of the season. He is scoring goals, and I think this might actually be his first goal on camera that hasn't been offside, which is good to see. Still not quite at half-time. Weidner's throw. Al-Hilali back to Weidner. Can he cross it? Cross it in, my friend. There's 4 in the box. Back to La Rosa instead. Weidner again. Now La Rosa has some space. He's been tackled. Weidner plays it across to Polizzi. It's hit about 16 players. Is the ball good? How have we not scored? We finally scored. We must have had 6 or 7 shots in that. La Rosa gets his 3rd of the season. It's 2-2 just before half-time. We are back in this game. What went on there? How many shots did we have? So Weidner crosses in. Polizzi hits the first man. Remmer cleared it, apparently. Polizzi then has another chance. A stupendous save. Someone had a flag up, which is a worry. I say someone. The linesman had a flag up. But it's counted. I think it's counted. It's 2-2 at half-time. How have we let in 2 goals? And how have we only scored 2 goals? Their keeper is getting man of the match at the moment. I'm going to say I'm not happy. I know we're 2-2, I know we've scored some goals, but I'm not happy with how well we're playing because we've conceded 2 goals against a team that really aren't good enough. CO has this ball then, so we are literally 10 seconds into the second half. Forward to Al-Hilali, now Mohamed Faye. He's managed to get some space for himself into the penalty area, and Faye's effort is hit very hard, but very off target. Their keeper's on a 7.5. 7.6, it's gone up. It's gone up to a 7.6. Weidner to Polizzi. Mohamed Faye, the Spaniard, and I think Senegalese player. Polizzi back to Faye, hits the man. Yarmolenko on the volley. What a finish that is from the old man of the Rupel Boom side. It's 3-2. We are back in front. How are we winning this game? This is a bit nuts, this game. I'm annoyed, but also not annoyed because it's a pretty entertaining match, particularly for the neutrals. Throw for Weidner. La Rosa back to CO. All the way off towards Al-Hilali on that left-hand side, but can't manage to get it. Westerlo now coming forward with the ball. We're only 10 minutes into the second half. Yarmolenko's nicked that away. Now, La Rosa. Yarmolenko again. He's got, I think it's Joe Piggott right in front of him. Why is Joe Piggott not going forward? Al-Hilali back to Galore. Yarmolenko. Now Al-Hilali again. The AC Milan loanee finds Luca Polizzi, the one few player who started the save at the club, and Joey Piggott's put the ball in the back of the net. It's 4-2. Starting to think we might be winning this game, you know. Mohamed Faye's got a goal and 2 assists to his name, an 8.8 rating. Probably need to look at doing ourselves a substitution or 2. We're probably going to be finishing in 4th place. Yarmolenko, who's had a great game, getting a goal to his name as well. We're going to bring on Bram de Poor, I think. We're also going to do Jerome Thomas for Luca Polizzi, trying to get some of the kids getting some games, I think. We might also bring Silas Naka on for Galore at some point because Naka's moaning that he's not playing a lot of football, and it's because he's our 3rd choice left back. I've just seen, I don't know why it's taken me this long, but Westerlo have had 5 shots, 2 on target, and scored both of their shots on target. So I'm starting to feel a little less hard done by. We're going to do our final change. We'll bring on Zazua. I think we'll bring him on for La Rosa. La Rosa's had a very good game. 7.9 rating for La Rosa. A couple of minutes left to play. It's going to be 3 more points in the bag. 4 minutes of injury time. We're actually up to 3rd. St Truidens have somehow dropped down a point. I'm not sure what's happened for St Truidens, but we've won then 4-2. Mohamed Faye gets an 8.9, a goal and 2 assists to his name. We got there. We got there in the end. The start was awful. But, you know, end of the first half, start of the second, that's where we performed. So because of that result, we move ourselves up into 3rd place. I'm not sure what happened to St Truidens because they won the game 4-1. So I don't know why. Did they? Yeah, they won 4-1. So I don't know why we were 4th. Or was it Standard Liège? Maybe it was Standard Liège. Maybe something went on there. Maybe I don't know because they won as well. Antwerp? Did Antwerp lose? They lost to Anderlecht. So maybe that was why we dropped down to 4th, because Antwerp were ahead of us. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we have ourselves a Croquis Cup semi-final doubleheader. It's going to be Vasselin Beveren, the team that we play, and we dodged a bullet in this because we could have had Anderlecht or Charleroi. Obviously, Anderlecht are the biggest team left in this competition. If we can get past Westerlo and Beveren, we'll have a second Croaky Cup final in as many years, which is a bit nuts. Also, 4 days time in game, I think, is the opening of the January transfer window. I'm going to show you the players that we're going to sign now, just, so you can see what we're going to be bringing in. Two of them you already know of. Felipe, first up, from Ceratizino. I say you already know them. I'm pretty sure I bought them in the last episode. Ceratizino have provided me with now 4 players. You'll see another one in a second. Felipe's going to join. He's alright. I think there's something there. Not 100% sure if he's any good, but, he was free. Same with Gildo, from Ceratizino, once again, 18 years old, going to be joining on the 1st of January. Mentally, he's very good. Technically, actually, he's got some decent numbers in technique and passing. Physically, I think is what lets him down. We'll see. He's still only 18. Joseph Nawachukwu is also going to be joining on the 1st of the month. A Nigerian striker from Enyimba, a team that is basically, if you want to buy decent young Nigerians, go to Enyimba. They always seem to pump out fair few amounts of them. Mentally, pretty good. Physically, pretty good. Technically, something to be desired there, but he's got stats in the right positions. Needs a bit more finishing if he wants to be a striker, but again, he's only 18. Probably will look at loaning this guy out for a season or 2. Maybe he's good, maybe he's not. And finally, the only player that we're buying for money, for £150,000, which is probably a little bit steep because he's out of contract in 6 months, and I didn't realise that, is Joel Sabai. He is an 18-year-old Ivorian central defender from probably one of my favourite teams on the game. It's ASEC Mimosas, and I think he's superb. I think he is far better than anything we've currently got in the squad. He's still only 18 years old, just turned 18 as well. He's a 2-footed centre-back I've just seen. I think Sabai, if we can hold on to Sabai for a lot of years, could be a player that we need to keep hold of until he's like mid-20s, because he's got a future in football. If not with us, but I think he's certainly going to be a player who's going to be around in this game, and we're going to see his value probably be sold for millions, not hundreds of thousands. Well, there you go. That's what we've got to look forward to in the next episode. Westerlo, it's not Westerlo, it's Westerlo and Beveren will be our opponents in the Croaky Cup semi-final. Both matches will be in the next episode, and obviously the January transfer window. There is going to be 3 other matches off camera taking place as well. Not expecting to be signing anybody new. La Fomba might be leaving the club because somebody's bid £600,000 for him, so that's a bit of good news financially. But thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Rupel Boom or Bust.